everybody. It's me, to be Flyers guy, and welcome to the final episode this season of the Orange and Black Recap. I'm your host, to be Flyers guy. Thought I'd do something a little different with this video. I decided to not have an intro, and I decided to screenshot this photo when I do the video, because this photo symbolizes what happened last night for the Philadelphia Flyers. Flyers faced off against Washington Capitals. And Washington Flyers thought they had the first goal, but it was waved off on the ref. And then Washington got the first goal. Flyers were able to tie it up in the third period, 1-1. I don't even know who got the goal. Nobody really knows who got the goal last night, but it was a goal, and it was 1-1 until that point. It was 1-1 in the third period. John Tortorella pulled the goalie extra attacker, so the Flyers should get the win. So the Flyers should get the lead, and maybe a regulation win. Unfortunately, it didn't happen that way, as Washington was able to get the empty net goal. A lot of people are criticizing John Tortorella, but in a game like this, you have to take a risk. You have to take a risk. If this game would have went to overtime, our chances would have been over. We didn't even have to lose this game last night. Detroit eliminated us by going to overtime in the game against the Canadians. Just to hear Jim Jackson, the sound of Jim Jackson's voice, and the sound of disappointment in his voice, and Ryan Boucher's voices. It didn't sound like they were hockey broadcasters, but they felt like fans themselves, just feeling the disappointment of the loss last night. It was a tough loss last night, and with that, Capitals were able to eliminate 3 teams. They eliminated us, the Red Wings, and the Penguins from playoff contention. So, it was a tough way to go out. Best of luck to the Washington Capitals in the playoffs. I have all the respect in the world for their hockey team, and I have so much respect for Alex Ovechkin. He's the reason that Capitals team is so good, and I have so much respect for the great ape Alex Ovechkin. I heard he's a wonderful human being as well. Very nice guy. And he is an elite player in the NHL. You have to give him that respect. And it's a tough way to go last night. But in a way, this kind of felt like the ending to the first Rocky movie, where Rocky doesn't win at all. He goes the distance, and it sets up another chapter of his story. I don't see this loss as a missed opportunity or a failure. I see it as another chapter in 2024, 2025. This was the first movie, and there will be many sequels in the chapter of the Philadelphia Flyers. My thoughts on this game, it was a tough loss. I and many Flyers fans were disappointed last night. A lot of people that went to the game last night left the parking lot disappointed, dejected, and just felt like the rug was ripped out right under their feet. But they also went home knowing that this team is in good hands. This team did everything they could to get in the playoffs. They did everything they could to get that playoff spot. It didn't happen. Sometimes that shows how unfair life can be, how unfair sports can be, and how cruel sports can be at times. But I am proud of my team. I'm proud of every great moment they brought us this season. They kept us at the edge of our seats night after night. Whether they were winning or they were losing, they gave us a fun night. I really think that there was a time that this team lost its way. There was a time many of us Flyers fans lost our way. I lost my way. And this season, I really think it helped the Flyers find their way. It helped the organization find their way. And it helped me find my way. This season really helped me get through a lot in my life. In the summer 2022, in the summer of 2022, I had my heart broken. When 2023 came around, when the Flyers 2024 Flyers season came around, I thought the things were going to get worse. I really thought that it was going to be another terrible season. But the Flyers proved many of us wrong. They proved many of us wrong. They went out there, they gave it their all, and they gave us a good show this year. I know that it's tough the way it ended, but this hockey team, they're a young team, and they're going to learn from this, and they're going to have what happens fresh in their minds, and they're going to use that as motivation, and they're going to use that to get themselves fired up for the 2024-2025 season. This hockey team helped us find our way again. And I can't wait to see what's in store during the off season. I'm very excited for the future of this team. Very excited to see who comes over to the team next season. I'm very excited to see how the young kids in this organization develop. That's all I got to say about that. It was a disappointing ending, but still the Flyers gave us a great season, filled with many, many great highlights. I just want to thank the Flyers. Said it best last night. They said, "Thank you, fans." And I just want to say, you're welcome, Flyers. You're very welcome. But I also like to say, thank you. Thank you for making this a great season. I'd like to thank the Philadelphia Flyers organization, the new owner, Mr. Dan Helferty, General Manager Danny Briere, Director of Hockey Operations Keith Jones. I also like to thank my good friend Christopher Mayer. Chris, I'm so sorry that you're not going to get to cover playoff hockey, but I really hope that you get that opportunity next season. I'm pulling for you, man. I'm pulling for you. I also want to thank Flyers Nitty Gritty, Snow the Goalie, podcast, Chris Terrian. It's an honor to have you following me on Twitter. I also like to thank Ashley Sullivan, Scott Hortnell, Jim Jackson, Brian Boucher, Al Morgani, Lauren Hart, and of course a few people up in heaven right now. The late great Gene Hart, the late great owner of the Philadelphia Flyers, Mr. Ed Snyder, and everyone that worked behind the scenes for NBCSN Philly. Thank you, everyone. You does a great job. The presentation is wonderful, and thank you for everything, guys. I also like to thank Rebecca McCormick, David Bashell, Sam Lismer, my friend Greg Wade, my friends Christina and Caitlin, and also my friends Nicole and Brooke. I'd also like to thank Gritty. I know some people don't like that, but yeah, he's part of the team. I also like to thank the Flyers Ice Girls for putting on a good show, especially my new friend on Instagram, Miss Danny Orlando. It was a pleasure meeting you, and it was a pleasure getting to talk to you. I'd also like to thank my mother, who was able to bear with me after a loss. I'd also want to thank my Uncle Paul, who always knew how to push my buttons and motivate me. So, like I said, thank you guys for joining me here. I'll be Orange and Black recap. There's a few words I like to say, and these three words I remember hearing on the Howard Stern show from the late great Eric the actor, and those three words are bye for now. Bye for now. I will see you guys next season. Flyers have a lot of work to do. Danny Briere has a lot of work to do. We'll see what happens in the draft, and we'll see what happens in the off season. Thank you guys for joining me, and I hope every one of you tries to have a great day. I know what happened. Last night is disappointing, but you gotta remember, life goes on. Life goes on, even after a loss. I'm Timmy Flyers guy. Have a great day, everyone. Stay strong, Philly. Stay strong. We'll get back there again. That was on April 17th, 2024. The final game of the 2023-2024 Philadelphia Flyers season. It was the night after April 16th when the Philadelphia Flyers were eliminated from playoff contention. This season, it's a new beginning, a new team, and new hopes. And new hopes for this new Flyers hockey team. Let the 2024-2025 season for the Philadelphia Flyers begin. Hey everybody, it's me, Timmy Flyers guy, and happy season opener to the city of Philadelphia and every single Philadelphia Flyers fan. Excited for tonight's season opener against the Vancouver Canucks. let's do a quick recap of the preseason. Flyers' first opponent in the preseason was the Washington Capitals. Flyers beat the Caps 6-2 in the first preseason game. Then after that, the Philadelphia Flyers. Then after that, the Philadelphia Flyers faced the Montreal Canadiens in the second preseason game. They were shut out by the Montreal Canadiens. The Flyers came back to Philly and they faced off against the Islanders. It was a 0-0 tie until the third period, when the Flyers got a goal and then an empty net goal, and it gave the Flyers a 2-0 victory over the New York Islanders. Then they faced off in a very competitive game against the Boston Bruins at the Wells Fargo Center. It was a 2-2 tie going into the third period. The game went into overtime, and Matthew Michkov got the overtime game winning goal for the Flyers. The Flyers then faced off against the New York Islanders. It was a very competitive game, but a last-minute goal gave the Flyers a 4-3 loss to the New York Islanders. Then the Flyers faced off against the Boston Bruins. Then the Flyers faced off against the Boston Bruins. The Flyers were only able to get one goal as Travis Konecny got the only goal for the Flyers, and the Flyers fell to the Boston Bruins 4-1. The Flyers then had one final game. It was against the New Jersey Devils. And this game was a week ago, as the Flyers faced off against the New Jersey Devils. Here's the recap. The Devils got on the board first. The goals, there were a lot of great things about that game. In that game, the Philadelphia Flyers beat the New Jersey Devils 5-4. 5-4. Ollie Lexell had a goal. 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 Emile Andre had a goal. Anthony Richard had a goal in that game. And Noah Hayes also had a goal in that game. And J.R. Avon also scored a goal in the 5 for victory over the New Jersey Devils in preseason. The Flyers, they go 5-3 in the preseason. With the preseason out of the way. Ironically, the preseason ended a week ago, but now the preseason is officially done. And now the 2024-2025 Flyer season officially begins, as the Flyers will face off against the Vancouver Canucks tonight. It's been a long wait. It's been a long off season. Flyers went from losing to the Capitals, went from not making the playoffs, being eliminated from playoff contention in the last game of the season in April 2024. And the Flyers went into training camp. Philadelphia Flyers drafted a lot of great players. The one biggest signing was Matthew Michkov, and also Jet Luchenko, a rookie that was trying to make this team. Now, I don't know what the lineups are going to look like tonight, but we may see a lot of surprises in the lineup tonight. The Flyers have their work cut out for them, as this season starts out very difficult. As they will be on a road trip, and their first opponent will be the Vancouver Canucks tonight. The Flyers look like a different team now. With the whole Carter Hart situation, two goalies will have to step up for the Flyers. And those goalies will be Sam Ersson and Ivan Fedotov. Ersson most likely will probably get the start. We'll get most of the starts. But we'll be in back-to-back situations, so I kind of think that Fedotov will be in the game after that. Sam Ersson and Fedotov have played well in the preseason. But now it's time to get out there. Now the regular season is a completely different animal from the preseason. Do I think Sam Ersson is up to the task? Yes, I do. Do I think Ivan Fedotov will shine with this Flyers team? I do have a good feeling about that. And will Matt Pregame have one hell of a season this year? I hope so. I really do. There's a lot of hype surrounding Matt Michkov. A lot of hype surrounding Lushenko, whether he's a Flyer or a Phantom this year. There's also a lot of hype in this season opener. A lot of hype going into it. There's a lot of players that really stood out in preseason. I have to say, Emo Andre really showed. Emo Andre he really played good in the preseason. I think that he's ready. I really think that he's learned a lot. I think he's gotten better, and I think that he's a stronger defensive player, and I think he's really good. I like what I saw in the game against the Devils when he had that breakaway and almost scored. He's really shown some strides to being a really solid player for this hockey team. Another player I really stood out was Anthony Richard. Now, he's had a pretty damn good preseason. Rodrigo Albles looks pretty good, but I don't think he'll be a Flyer. But Anthony Richard, he looks like a guy that could make this team. I don't know if he'll be on the Flyers or the Phantoms this year, but I really think he's a very underrated player, and the way he played in the preseason showed me something about it. Another player who stood out in the preseason would have to be a guy trying real hard to make this hockey team. And that man is Excel. He has been making strides to make this hockey team. And I really do hope that he's a Flyer this year. He really stood out in preseason. Another guy is also Matthew Michkov. Now, the way he plays, he's good at setting up a lot of plays, and he's good at making things happen out of nowhere, and that's an important thing. That is a good thing about him. That is a very unique thing about Matthew Michkov. He can score goals, but he's also a great playmaker as well, and I noticed that in the preseason. Also, another guy that stood out in the preseason would have to be Lushenko. With a name like that, he has to be fast. And let me tell you, he is pretty fast. And he really got some great assists and a lot of great goals from Flyers in the preseason. I think that Lushenko is a very good player. He may need some time with the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, but I really think he is a good player, and even if he does get sent down, he's going to do whatever it takes to get sent back up to the big club, the Philadelphia Flyers. And I gotta say, I'm really impressed with the Flyers have been doing. I do not think Oliver Bonk is ready to be a Flyer. I think he needs to go back to juniors. Bobby Brink has been doing okay. He's making some good moves and doing some great sick backhands against the Capitals and Emperors. They were amazing. I think Bobby Rank makes the team. I think Ronnie Adard still needs some work with the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. I don't think he's quite ready yet because he's turned over the puck a couple of times in preseason, so I don't think. Well, I think he needs more work with the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. Now, the goalie situation, I know that I assume that Erison and Fedotov will be the two guys manning the nets. But I think for the Phantoms, I think Tolasov goes back down to the Phantoms. And him and Cal Peterson will probably be the two goalies. I don't understand. I think Cal Peterson, he's a great AHL goalie, but when he comes to the Flyers, he's just very inconsistent. Like one night he'll play outstanding, the other night he'll just let any goal go in. So I don't really know much about Cal Peterson. I think that Flyers really need to get rid of him. It might need to trade him, but he's been playing good as a Lehigh Valley Phantom, but not so much as a Philadelphia Flyers. So keep those two down there. We don't want Cal Peterson up this Flyers team again. We all remember when we played the Pittsburgh Penguins and he blew that game for us. Don't want to remember that game. We had that game and he blew it for us, so that's just my opinion. Well, preseason's over. The preseason's over. The preseason is officially over, but now it's time for the games to start meaning something. Tonight we got the season opener as the Philadelphia Flyers take on the Vancouver Canucks. And this game will be at 10 o'clock, so stay tuned for the season opener. This game will be at 10 o'clock. Flyers pregame live will be at 9:30. In fact, I will be. This video will be premiering. This video will be premiering at 9 p.m. So stay tuned for that. I gotta say, this Flyers team, they look like a team that wants to win. They look like a team that wants to do better. And John Tortorella looks like a coach that really wants to get the best out of his team. Tonight, the 2024-2025 Flyers season officially begins. Tonight, the Flyers will drop the puck for the first time. For the first time, we will drop the puck as the Philadelphia Flyers face off against the Vancouver Canucks. As they face off against the Vancouver Canucks tonight at 10 p.m. I'm Timmy Flyers guy, and get ready, folks, for some action-packed hockey action. The Philadelphia Flyers face off against the Vancouver Canucks in the season opener. Can the Flyers get that first win and get off to a good start? Well, we'll find out tonight as the Philadelphia Flyers face off against the Vancouver Canucks in the season opener. Let's go, Flyers! It's hockey time, folks. It's time to get flyered up. It's time to get ready to drop that puck for the first time this season. Let's do this. Let's do this. Flyers fans, assemble. Because we got the season opener coming up right now. Let's go, Flyers. I'll see you guys at 10.